Pose mode. In this video, you will be introduced to the Pose mode. Understand that we use this mode to test our model's movement. Know that this is the best mode to be in to parent mesh objects to individual bones and to make alterations. So let's go explore this in Blender. Okay, so we've got our base, we've got our stem, and we've got our first lower arm, and we've got our two bones in place at the moment. And the first thing that we realise is that the bones are, this first one is too low down. So it may be, you may want to select the armature and go into edit mode. I mean, this was my first gut reaction when I started doing this. I'll just pull the armature all the way up to roughly the right location there. And there we go, it's done. Perfect. And when we go into object mode, our model shifts about lots. So one of the first things to make sure is that you position things correctly before you link to the bones, which I haven't done in this case. So I'm going to undo what I've just done there. Now, pose mode, I'm going to introduce you to that mode. You have to have the armature selected. And if we go where it says object mode, now we've got something in there called pose mode. And if we go to that, it allows us to grab our model and start moving it. And because it's linked, it actually controls with the rest of it. And now, of course, we will want to... Ooh, that's looking a bit funny there. I think that's just updating the mirror object. Now, we will want to constrain these later on, but at this point in time, it's just to show you that's how we can move our model about. Okay, so I'm going to come out of that at the moment. I'm going to undo those changes that I made. Now, what we're going to need to do in order to reset this, because if we try moving any of these bits, it's just going to screw up our model. So we need to unparent our mesh, and we can do that very quickly in the outliner. We've got the lower arm here and the stem. If you've not got your rig, your armature expanded, you will want to do so you can see these two things. And we simply click on it and drag it to the left, and we can drop to clear parent. And we can do the same thing with the lower arm. Once we've done that, we can actually start remaking our parenting. Now, the first thing we're going to do, of course, is go back to the armature itself, go into edit mode, and just shift this one here all the way up. And as I say, I've got my 3D cursor in roughly the right place anyway, which is great. That's better luck than judgment. Now, when we use the tab key, you'll notice it goes from edit mode to pose mode. If we're in object mode, it goes from object mode to edit mode. So depending on which one you're in, the tab key will toggle you between the two. Now, if we're in pose mode, we can now select both the mesh and the bone with the shift key, one after the other, and we can see the bone is highlighted in blue. If we were doing a similar thing in object mode, the whole armature gets selected, and that doesn't give us the degree of control that we want. And it also causes your geometry to bounce about if you're unlucky enough to not have things perfectly aligned. So make sure you're in pose mode, select the object that you want to be parented, hold down shift, select the parent object, which in this case is our bone. I'm going to use Control and P, and I want to set the parent to bone. And I'm going to do the same thing with our lower arm. I'm going to shift click this top bone here, and then Control P, bone. And we can very quickly check that this is working by grabbing it and rotating it round. Yep, that's working absolutely fine there. And this one through here, if we rotate that round, it's starting to look pretty good. I've locked that to the Z-axis because that's what we'll be doing later, so it's a good representation of what's going on. Perfect. It's challenge time. I'd like you to move the stem bone's tail. So unparent the stem bone from the stem mesh, edit the stem bone and move its tail to the correct location, and then finally enter pose mode and reparent the mesh objects. Then finally, of course, you can play about with it and see how it all moves about. So pause the video now and give that a go. Okay guys, welcome back. Let's hop straight on over into Blender. So we're going to now go through the process that we've just been through, in fact, and just recap on it. So, first of all, I'm going to unparent our lower arm and our stem. I'm then going to hop into edit mode and adjust this tail piece of our stem bone. You can see it's the stem bone over here in the right hand side of the properties. and I'm going to hop over to the left view and literally move it up so it's almost on top of my 3D cursor. Perfect. Now I'm just going to whiz around and make sure that it's aligned and I've not moved it out of alignment. That looks great. Finally, I'm going to hop into object mode and then switch to pose mode. Now I can click our stem at the bottom, shift and select the lower bone here and go Control P, bone. Up here I can do the same thing, Control P, bone. And I'm now just going to check the mesh object, so I'm going to make sure I'm on the mesh properties here, or the object properties, and just go down here where with the lamp rig is the parent and we're connected to the lower arm, that's correct. We go to the stem, again it's going to be the lamp rig that's the parent, and we're connected to the bone, which is the stem bone. Perfect. Great guys, please share in the discussions, and I will see you in the next lecture.